Hannah and I have recently rediscovered our joy for spam. We're going back, dude.
That's not what I
We're going back to the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Dude, she made breakfast the other day.
What'd she make?
It was like jalapeno spam with eggs. Ew. Oh, I was like, I love my wife.
Welcome to another episode of Don Draper's Den, an after-hours conversation with two fools in the marketing game, talking culture, talking trash, having conversations that don't belong in the boardroom. I'm Chris. This is Ernie. In this episode, we got into the future. The future. What we thought the future was going to be way back in our parents' generation. And what kind of came true.
Yeah, what came true, what didn't.
Fashion and space and politics and everything else.
We talked about me never inviting you to a music festival because you would ruin it for me.
Talked about me just putting ice cream in front of you. You can't resist it. So the trash talk never ends, but we do hope that you guys like this, as always, are entertained. And don't forget to share and comment and subscribe and all that fun stuff. We want to blow this thing up as much as we can. As always, we appreciate the support. So without further ado, pour yourself a glass and let's get into this.
All right, cheers.
Let's see, man. Does have anything written underneath?
I was going to say, what mug are you drinking out of? I'm the shit.
I mean, it's not a lie, first of all. But
I still can't believe I had that one mug.
Whoops.
Yeah. So
they were cool.
For Christmas, I got this mug. And what does it say? It says, have a great morning or good morning.
Yeah, something like that.
But then underneath, as you drink it, it has like a emoji for flicking somebody off, giving the middle finger.
Sure.
And I forgot.
Fun.
I completely forgot about that. Right. So I'm in a video chat with a client and their staff, and I'm drinking my coffee. And next thing you know, the staff's kind of laughing. And then we got to stop for a second. And like, what's going on? Like, your mug. And I'm looking at my mug. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That was fun.
So the whole time I'm flicking off my client, and I didn't even realize it. I forgot about that. Thanks, Bree.
Yeah.
I think it was Bree who got that.
That is very funny. It'll be even funnier. Thankfully, we really do have, genuinely, our clients are pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But if we had one that we'd like to fire, just you know what I mean? Just subtle, so everybody else on the team knows. You're like, I'm so tired of these goddamn people. I'm using the mug. And at least we get a kick out of it.
Right.
But no, thankfully that's not the case. We like our clients.
That's good. We do have a signal though.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah, it's if I start referring to him as buddy.
Oh no, for sure.
Then
for sure,
because this is the nobody zone.
It's nobody zone, dude.
I'm anti-buddy, so
that's
if I started hey, well, have a great day, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Then everybody starts thinking, oh shit,
no,
he's not happy.
What they do? That's what our boy from HubSpot. He can get one. He can get a couple of buddies.
Yeah.
Don't try to sell me, dude. I'm still every now and again I'll drive down the road I'm going to some networking meeting or something. I don't know why, right? Yeah. For some reason it hits me, and I just remember I don't know what it is, man. It's like a teenager. It's like a teenage boy fumbling with a bra strap. You know what I'm saying? When a salesman is just way too guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop breathing on my neck.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that.
Kills me, man. I hate that shit. Anyways,
I tell it to them half the time, especially if I'm going to buy a car or whatever. I just straight up tell you,
right?
Hey, just I hate car salesmen,
right?
So I'm not trying to be a dick. I just don't like you guys.
But see, it's funny. It's my personality type. I take that and I'm like, oh
yeah. So just get down to the. Let's just get down to the brass tacks.
But no,
tell me the features. I don't really need the whole sales.
I don't even want the sale at that point, right? Mm-hmm. I want it then I'm playing a game. I'm I wonder if I can get him to say random shit. Can he use raccoon? I'm going to try to get him to say. And then I don't care about the deal at that point, right? I'm already out of it. Good. I don't want you for a client anyway. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Just start making you, start having you fight with your wife or something. But yeah, creepy salesman. Get out of here. We don't want that. Not in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
So usually We have a place we go, guys. We have a place we go. I'm watching, and we'll get there. Follow me here, right? So I go over to the girlfriend's house, go over to Shannon's mom's house, and she is, for no good reason at all, a ridiculous Star Wars fan.
Really?
Now she's in her 70s.
For no reason at all.
For no good reason at all. What you for me? Because
she said she was born in the 70s?
She was born, no, Shannon was born in the 70s.
Oh.
But her mom.
Yeah, but like that was the thing. That was...
Hold on now. I see where you're going. Look, if she's
random woke up one day like, I love Star Wars.
As a 70-something-year-old lady, right, was like, yo, Captain James T. Kirk in the day, I get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I get it. And if I walk in and I see like Captain Kirk and Spock and the whole bit, I'm like, I get it, right? Because he was something in his day.
So is Harrison Ford.
But it's not that.
Okay.
Dude, it's like how many? I don't even know which one we're up to. Right? It's like the next generation after the next one. You know what I mean? Like
for Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
So she's a Star Trek fan.
Right.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Star Wars originally.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I? I meant to say Star Trek.
Okay, Star Trek.
Yeah. No. So Star Trek. So that's what I was saying. Captain Kirk.
Yeah,
right.
That's interesting.
So now that's what I'm saying though. Like if you're of that age and you're like a big, Captain Kirk. What's his name?
Oh shit!
I can say Bill. What's his name? We'll think of it. Yeah. We're gonna think of it. It's there. Anyways, if you're a fan of that dude, then I'm like, I get it, man. T.J. Hooker, Captain Kirk, he's great. Okay, but it's not that. It's like the next generation, Jean-Luc Picard. In fact, it's not even Jean-Luc Picard. It's like past that. Like I don't even know who. I didn't even know it was on TV.
I will say, okay,
no idea.
If it was Jean-Luc Picard. So when I was growing up, I don't know when. Maybe it was my senior year of high school to early college.
Yeah.
People were talking about, for whatever reason, people were talking about the Jean-Luc Picard thing. And I was like, whatever, like Star Trek, lame. How do you like as lame?
It's all right. I don't mind Star Trek.
Yeah, well, I never liked the little guns that they had. It doesn't even look intimidating. Yeah. Well, anyways, but then I'm like, fine, I'll watch Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Right.
And wow. Like the story, the writing, and everything was so good with that season that like I loved it. I was like, Jean-Luc Picard, he's the dude, man. And that whole cast and everything
with the beard, the red hand man with the beard, the broad, the dark haired chick, the alien broad. Yeah, she's pretty hot.
It wasn't. So it wasn't even like I was a huge Star Trek fan because I always thought it was lame.
Right.
But it was just us.
Because you were a Star Wars guy.
I was a Star Wars guy. Okay. Yeah. Right. And like, not a Star Trek guy.
Right.
But then that sold me because the writing was so good. Then I'm like, this.
Honestly, dude, it really was good back in the day.
Yeah.
How good TV shows were, right? Like, if you really look at them, like, there was engaging story. Like, just so much better.
Wait, so much better?
A lot of it was a lot better. A lot of it.
Okay, but you got to understand why I'm questioning you, because I just finished watching Stranger Things. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude.
Amazing.
That's so much better.
That is so. Wait, hold on. It's here. Check this out. Stranger Things is like. It reminds me of this situation, right? I'm a big metal fan, in spite of whatever you think of me, and I love some Gloria Estefan. But anyways, I'm a big metal fan, so I love me like old school thrash, right? And then where thrash meets like proper death metal and stuff like that. So bands like Venom, all the way to Accept, like somewhere in there, right? Okay. Yeah. So, but the thing about that music then and the whole thing is like they were like, tiny little bands with tiny little budgets, and they did the best they could, and the production quality wasn't the best, and it's just old production quality anyway. Yeah. And it's like hard to record it. They don't know what they're doing, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay. So essentially what I'm saying is that like, that's why the drums, the snare drum on like a old Metallica record, you hit it and it just echoes forever, right? It's called wet, right? A lot of reverb. Well, it's just the sign of the days, and that's how they did it. Yeah. But it really ruins the clarity. I listen to the records and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, I want to hear the damn bass. I want to hear, it just sucks. Yeah. Right. So, then what happens is like a generation or two passes and they're like, dude, I love Metallica. I love Slayer. I love the old like thrash and the old power metal and all this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And proper heavy metal, Judas Priest. And so then the guys that are saying they're like right now they're pushing 30, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, dude, I want a bullet belt. I want a leather vest. Mm-hmm. I'm in. Let's go. Mm-hmm. And they make their version, their homage to this old genre. And you're like, fucking cool, bro. Carry the torch, right? Mm-hmm. But they have the benefit of a few things. One, the technology right now and for the past 15 years has been that of like, dude, you go to your garage, you can bang out a damn good sounding demo, let's say. Like really good. Yeah. Way better than anything, would have been available then, right? So that's one. So just the sheer sonic impact of it. It's clean, it's crispy, it's nice and all that. Okay. Two, you can distribute it. You don't have to go through like a record label. So like the real cool stuff can kind of get out there and get popular, which is awesome, right? But also you have the hindsight of what you listened to, right? So in other words, like Metallica did, but whatever they did, right? And you're like, yeah, but it'd be awesome if we took that, right? I guess like the Japanese tend to do to, tech. It's like, that's cool, but watch this. You know what I mean? And then the upgrade comes, you're like, that's fucking amazing, dude. Right? It's amazing. So what I'm saying is today's metal bands, they have the benefit of technology and hindsight, just like Stranger Things, right? It's like they have the benefit of technology. They can bring to you like Star Wars level, you know what I mean? Like production quality. On a comparatively smaller budget, right, for what is essentially a TV show, right? But they also have the hindsight of kind of cherry picking and curating the coolest elements of what it was to be a kid in the 80s, right? You can go back with hindsight and find the real joy.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah,
I see what you're saying.
That's and they do it great. Yeah, right. It's exceptional. Yeah.
You ever see that Charlie Brown cartoons? Yeah. You ever see where like the teacher is talking and all they hear is...
Go ahead. Do it. First of all, it's going to be cool. I've been watching the episode all week.
When you deep dive into music,
it's all... just you wait.
All of a sudden it's like...
Just you wait. It's good. I'm gonna give you a dissertation on the finer points of heavy metal history. Hannah's gonna be an amateur. Wow, that's interesting. You'll be bored to tears and eating your ice cream with your tears to lubricate what you eat.
I do have a question. Does being a musician ruin music for you?
It can.
Because listen, I know you're a metal dude. Like I know you know way more things than I've ever heard anybody talk about metal. And I've already been down that road. Like, why don't you like lean into it? Like be metal, dude. Wear the bullet belt, But okay, fine. You're not gonna do that.
I can't.
But then it occurred to me, like as you're talking, I'm like, I don't think I'd ever want to go to a heavy metal music festival with you.
It would be rough,
like,
man.
I don't think I would want to. I'd be like going like, I'd be like headbanging and I'd be like looking at you, be like, well, notice the cymbals crashing. It's really distorted.
Like the these Zildjians. I prefer pasty roots.
I like hit you upside the head. Like, come on, jump, dude.
You know what? Honestly,
get in the mosh pit with me.
If I'm out of it, if I'm watching something, right, and they're up there jamming, like I saw Carnifex. In Whitechapel. And then there was another band that I didn't know. They just didn't hit me. I don't know why. Yeah. But I immediately was like, I don't know, man. I guess like, when you watch a TV show and like something happens and it takes you out of the, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you start really looking at it and you're like, that fake nose they got on looks like shit. This is stupid. You know what I mean? Just out of it.
Right.
So like the same thing happens at a concert where something takes me out and I'm like, all of a sudden like,
well, I could actually relate to that. I'll tell you a story. So like we're watching Marilyn Manson and he was sounding great, but
good show.
Dude, he kept spitting loogies like every
he's a spitter,
like every like 10 seconds, like in between lines. Like it wasn't like he was it was loogies, dude. And the whole time I'm like, ugh. Like like, I don't want
How crass.
like
my word.
I feel terrible for the next band that has to like walk around that shit, slipping around his loogies, you know? And so those little things that just kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Like, stop fucking spitting. I want to enjoy the music.
Right.
But yeah, I would think that knowing too much music's information could ruin. On one hand, it could elevate your appreciation when you do appreciate a song,
right?
Because it's like, oh, listen to that and watch this.
How they did
look
this
at the levels, and that's amazing. Okay, and that's what I really appreciate when I hear like, okay, Chris says this is good, it's good, you know. Yeah. But sometimes I just want to. I don't care how it sounds.
Yeah.
It moves me. Yeah. So like I'm just gonna fucking jump, and in the meantime, I'll look over to you, and I'm like in my Scottish kilt, wearing all black, my chains, and I'm like, yeah! And it'll be sad because I look at you and be like, okay, apparently this song's not good.
I'm like looking them up on Wikipedia, like that's not their influence.
You'd have to like stand 20 feet away from me.
No, man. Yeah, you're right. It's like a
don't ruin my thing, dude.
It's a barrier to entry because if I'm not immediately, I promise you this. When I listen to something, especially my kids now, when I listen to something, it could be anything. And I love Bjork and like Hum, and you know the Breeders. Like it's deep, right? But and so they'll show me something, and usually it's my oldest Cecilia because she's really into music, which I love. But she's finding her own way, and she just gets like, I don't know, man. She just likes this hippie bullshit ass music that it just sounds like a limp dick. It just sucks. You know what I mean? I'm like, these guys got no attitude, man. You know, like So I listen to it and I try to give it like, I don't know. I guess I try to find something to compliment. Like, oh, I like the way this sounds. It's cool how they did this, or the chords are this. Something.
I think that's just fascinating between the two of us. You and I, if we were like friends at elementary school, I think that would be such a frustrating friendship. I'm like, Chris, let's just have fun. Here, catch this ball. You'd catch it. You're like, well, but
I guess like, you didn't throw that very well. Yeah,
but it's interesting how like I find it. The more and more we do this podcast, I learn about you and myself. I'm like, wow, our personalities are so interesting because I'm the guy who I have simple faith. I don't question too much about my faith. Good soldier. I believe in the placebo effect. Just tell me that if I drink this pink juice, it's gonna heal everything.
Put me back in the Matrix.
Put me back in the Matrix. I just want to eat the fake steak.
Sure.
And I just want to listen to this music because it just makes me feel good. I don't know. That guy might be completely out of tune. It makes me so, this music makes me so happy. I don't want to hear that shit. Where you're the complete opposite. You're like, I don't know, this food. I mean, it could have been, maybe it was a little overcooked. And the song, a little off the levels. I'm like, you're what do you call the wet drag or whatever?
Yeah. Like a wet blanket. Yeah.
But would you? But save this image of me, please. Like, if we were at a concert, would you try to like meet me halfway?
All right. So
okay, like I don't want to ruin Ernie's fun at this concert, even though I don't like this band. Or they don't sound good live. As I was hoping.
No. So here's how it goes. Right? If I, for some strange reason, because I wouldn't go to a concert I didn't like.
Please tell me you have a soul.
I wouldn't go. So here's the angle, right? So I've been to shows where I'm like, this fucking band, and it's usually small. It's usually a small thing, where you're just like, these guys can't fucking play. And it just sucks, right? And I can't hide it. Like you fucking blow, I'll kick your ass on the guitar. Like I feel like, I don't know why, my ego just killed me.
Yeah.
So if I had that moment, all right, no problem, right? Yeah. Because you can spare it, right? Because then it's like the show isn't on stage, right? Where am I?
Yeah.
Right. And then you can turn your attention. Like, for example, if you go to a prog metal show, Dream Theater with like animals as leaders, and they're just up there, all the horse shit, right? It can be a little much. I get bored. I'm like, all right, man, I can't play that. Nobody can play it. Fucking good job. Right. But you look around and the entertainment is in the crowd, bro. Because everybody, if you want to air drum, I'm guilty of it. I'm always like, if you want to air guitar, I'm for the solo. I'm with you, man. Right. But then if you're like air keyboarding, it's a little less kind of cool if you're air trumpeting. You know what I mean? So you see like guys in the crowd that probably can play their dicks off too, but they're like air whatever, any sound they hear. Classic. And then their girlfriend naturally is standing right next to them.
So what you're saying is you find other ways to entertain yourself, even if you don't like it. But I'm saying, would you do that for me?
Well, you got to like, include it. Because you
or would you
out.
just be like, would you just like, yeah, they sucked? I'm like, dude, I enjoyed this song.
No. It would be an additional, right? It'd be an additive because you'd be like, damn, dude, I didn't know cats could play like that. Animals as leaders is the truth. Tosin Abasi is the man. I'd be like, I know, bro. Wasn't that crazy? It was a little boring to me, but whatever. But hey, check this out. And then I'm like, I got you jamming out, right? I got the selfie photo, but I make sure to capture the guy who's like air trumpeting in the back. You know what I mean? So no, it's totally additive. Totally additive.
So maybe if I ever have an extra ticket, I might think about inviting you.
I'm down.
Now, if it was anything fighting, I'll invite you. Even if it's like, you know, what do you call it? Little people wrestling. Like, dude, you just got to come and watch this with me. We'll have fun.
Careful to not get in trouble.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of that, is Redneck Brawl.
I'd love to go to that.
Have we talked about that?
Yeah, I think we had. Okay. I'd love to go to one.
Shout out, in case anybody knows, man. That is
anything fighting. I'd love to go.
Yeah. But that particular,
like genuinely, like I like going to everything. It could be like if you invited me to some, you know, knitting competition, I'd do it for you, and I'd be interested, genuinely interested. I'd be like, wow, that was really that was fast. How do they do that fast?
They do that. That old lady whooped that ass.
But genuinely, if there was like a fight, we got to go to a fight. I'd be like, hell yeah, I can't wait.
I think. Well, speaking of the crowd, though, right? So Shannon and I. For those that don't know, Redneck Brawl, look them up. They cut the best promos because they're cutting promos. Like they're all amateur fighters. I don't think there was a pro fighter among them, a pro boxer. And so it's kind of like the celebrity boxing vibes, right? Something like that. 2 minute, maybe 1 minute rounds. There's 2 or 3 rounds, something like this, right? And there's some big boys. Like I wouldn't, to be honest, I don't know that I'd fucking fight any of them, right? Because they're all nuts. But they're cutting their promos like representing an area code you never fucking heard of. You know what I mean? Like out of the 937 motherfucker Waffle House, bitch. You know, and then they cut their promo. They're like, oh man, I'm out, and they walk back in to cook the fries because that's what they're doing, right? So
you know what? You remind me of something. So next weekend I'm visiting some of my brothers over in Illinois. Yeah. Apparently we're gonna probably stop at some like MC amateur boxing night. Like anybody could sign up.
Oh, a smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just got me thinking. I'm like, ooh, what if like I'm going to go watch it and see like how like, you know, kind of get, you know, into the vibe of the environment first. But what if I could train and for whenever they do it in the following year? Because what is I understand. My understanding is like gloves and everything, and it's organized. It's for charity, but you basically sign up, and then they pair you with somebody your weight, you know, your size. Yeah. So it's not like, oh shit, I'm going against like
some monster or you know some 20-year-old.
That'd be kind of fun to like. Ooh, I want to see it first with my own eyes. Like, how organized is this, or is it like, you know, Lionheart? We're fighting in some racquetball court. Yeah.
Like Van Damme and shit.
Yeah, like that's not me.
But if it's the bad guy, I remember the bad guy, the lead bad guy in Lionheart. With the big mutton chops, remember? Yeah. But he had like dress shoes on.
Yeah. It wasn't dress shoes and like a tucked in wife beater.
Black wife beater, and dress pants, dress slacks. Yeah. And he had like the back in the day in the 90s, they had the metal tipped belt, like a braided leather belt. Like you look like a nerd, bro. Anyway,
so I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. But I'd be interested to like train for something like that just for fun,
dude. Just one time, right? You'd have to. You know, ditch the jewelry. I don't rip out jewelry, but But yeah, man, that's like
I got a lot of jewelry.
That's to take off, man. Yeah. One time, because it's like, you know, look, you could be in a car accident, you could be in any number of things where you get a little knock in the head, you get your bell rung. One time isn't going to kill you, you know?
Yeah.
Nope, right?
Because the only thing about like training for like martial arts or boxing or anything like that is. I hate the fact that you never, unless you compete, you'll never use it. Like unless you're looking for a fight.
The off chance.
Right, the off chance. And so the whole time, I remember when I was in doing Filipino martial arts, I'm like, come on, try it. Because I want somebody to try it because I've been practicing for so long.
I want to use this stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
But it'd be kind of fun if we're training in boxing and then like I have something to train for.
That'd be wild. Man.
That'd be fun.
That'd be wild. I mean, yeah, you would need.
And it's nothing like intense. It's just a, amateur charity thing. It's like,
I mean, yeah, you say that, right? But like, thing is, when you're hitting people, as I have found out personally, like I will freely admit, I don't like getting hit, and I don't like to hit people because there's just something about the violence of it that I really.
Well, if we're gonna do it, you're gonna get hit.
I'll spar with you with intention. Right. But, and then I've got friends of mine that'll be happy.
Like if I do try to train for something like that, like I got to hit somebody. We'll get the head helmet things and stuff. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So my point is though, that when you do that and then you go into some kind of quasi competitive thing, right? It's hard for like amateurs to hold back. You know what I mean? So you kind of, so when you say, oh, it's just a little boxing thing or this and that, it's like, yeah, but you're also kind of going against somebody who can't control themselves either.
Right. Oh,
right?
yeah.
So if you're going to go 90%,
no, you can't. You can't go 90%.
I don't know how to stop myself.
Right.
How do you do that?
I'm just saying that even if I just put it out there, I'll never do it. But it's like, oh, okay, I could if I wanted to. That'd be fun. But then I'd want to spar. I don't want to just hit mitts.
Right. Right. Yeah. It can be fun, but I don't know what that is, man. It's, maybe I've got a soft soul or something. I feel bad. You hit somebody, you're like, oh, you all right?
No, you don't have a soft dude. If somebody hits you hard and you're like, oh, fuck no, you're going to want to hit hard back.
But see, I have a different, my
you're going to crawl under a hole. Somebody hits you hard.
My means of dispatch is there's something particularly like insidious about squeezing the fuck out of somebody.
Yeah.
Right. I don't even want the submission in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I don't even want that. If I could just put enough pressure on, say, your jaw, right, in a particular kind of way inside control, right? If I can put enough pressure to where like you see their soul, because there's no way you could be like this. You got me. You got a lucky punch. I didn't see it coming. Knock me out, but I'll get you next time. But you got lucky.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Versus, I intentionally brought you to the ground, put my shoulder on just the perfect spot, and in front of your whole fucking family, you were like, you just gave up. And you just, because the admitting part is what I want. I want to hear the,
that's what the knockout is for.
I could get lucky. Thank God I don't have to fight this giant person, right? But if I
no, this submission thing, it's like the whole, say uncle, like, you're you little wuss. Yeah,
it feels good.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want any of that smoke. I'll keep it in the gym.
Just remind me if I were ever like playing pool in a bar and you're the only one with me, not to pick a fight.
Don't.
I feel like, where's Chris? What the?
Good luck, bro. You'll beat him at pool too.
I'll get you ice cream. I'll see you back at home.
See you later, bro. How you do?
Like, great.
Yeah, man.
Well, see, that's the thing for me is like, and people don't realize with me is that like I have a temper, but I don't it never comes out because I've learned over the years how to control it.
That's wisdom too, man.
Yeah.
Like, but you're going to pay the cost for
but what would be fun to get into like boxing and stuff is how to engage it when in a controlled manner.
Right.
Yeah.
That takes,
because you almost need that. Like, because you can't be like soft and like, oh, sorry. Ooh, did that hurt? I'm sorry. Oh, like you have to like be able to flip that switch. Or like, okay, there's no turning back.
Or to be cold, there's a great video of the great Joe Schilling. Shout out Joe if you're randomly watching, the best. But he's like a kickboxer and Muay Thai guy, and just bad motherfucker. He's the wrong one, and he's walking past somebody in a bar or something like that. It's on video. Walking past somebody in a bar, and dude walked, bumped the shoulder, totally an accident. And he's notably bigger than the guy right off the jump. So it's kind of like, you know your place, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, so dude was obviously drunk and he said, like, what? Something. But he got too close. He was just an inch too close. And Joe didn't even fucking blink. Pop, pop. Two-pieced them up, knocked them the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah.
Whew. bro.
And then he just goes about his business. Like,
couldn't have been colder. Like the thing is, you see the angle is facing the drunk guy, so Joe's back is the camera, and so pieced him up, didn't even sweat, just turned around and was like, anyways,
right,
like another day. That's what really scares me. It's like, you're not even upset.
Yeah, you didn't break a sweat.
Yeah,
you're literally
no emotions,
having a drink, laughing with your friends.
Just another Tuesday, and that's what I've said too about seeing George. Shout out George or Joe. Same thing, it's like, oh, that man was, in his prime, like very accustomed to violence. Like, I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
Shit, bro. I don't want none of that. Anyways, so we left off at Star Trek. Is where I was going with this. Yeah. We went way off on a tangent. Left off at Star Trek. I go over there.
I go on tangents because I have to make fun of you about stuff. But anyways, all right.
For that.
Star Trek.
Pool table moment. So we go to Star Trek. So, all right. So I get over there, right? Now, one, weird that she's watching it. Never mind that. And it's supposed to be the year whatever. I don't even know what year it is, right? It's like 3120 or something like that. So it was way in the future. And then it made me think. I was like, oh, yeah. And they got like... it's like the one that I saw had like a glass screen, right? And so they're video chatting kind of thing, which, I mean, I don't even think it was a glass screen. In fact, I think it was like a hologram projection out of the console. That's probably what it looked like. So point is that I'm like, I wonder, is that far off? I just casually thought, like, is that hologram projection and just all of that tech, like how far away is that really?
From becoming reality.
From reality, right? From now, from 2025. So be that as it may, I say I have this kind of casual passing thought just the other night when we were over there. And then I thought about it since, and what kind of came to mind was what did come to fruition? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you think of like video chat in general. Here's another ridiculous sci-fi moment. Totally unrelated. It's Spaceballs, right? Like we all love Spaceballs.
I love Spaceballs.
She's gone from suck to blow. So but they have the video chat on the wall, right? Same thing. I'm like, huh. Yeah. When did that movie come out? That's like 80, was that like 85, 87, something.
Yeah,
like
right.
That, right.
And we didn't have that technology then.
I don't recall.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. At least not in consumer level.
Not at all, right? I mean, maybe some fancy high tech.
Yeah.
Something, but so, and then you think of like, okay, let's say it is 1986, 87. Let's say Spaceballs is out there. I'm just a little kid, and I remember seeing a person or two that had like a phone in their car, right? But it was still like connected to the car, and like it was fucking $5 a minute or whatever to use. And then, okay, is there? And I'm thinking of what's the scene? Remember the scene in with Michael Douglas on the beach of Wall Street, and he's got like the battery pack and the big phone,
big ass phone,
right?
yeah.
So all right, so it's like that's happening, and maybe on the fringe of technology is like video chat capability, right? Whereas the sci-fi movies of the day projecting into the future,
right?
Which you think of, well, what movies would they be, Chris? Well, Back to the Future, right? Famously, like the future from Back to the Future movie. Yeah. Some of those dates have come and gone already.
Yeah.
Like they came and went.
Yeah.
There's no flying cars. The video chat feature is something that I don't like. Nobody called it, right? The computer's in your pocket, the AI chat capability and so forth and so on in the phones, right? All of that stuff is like, we didn't see a lot of it coming. And it's weird to look back and see how far, like how big of a miss there was and how things maybe got here faster, but like arrived here in a way we didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Right. So to put kind of a starting point on it, here's an example. The hardware, as a general principle in tech, the hardware did not meet expectation. Right. So if you picture back in the day, and more from the 60s and 70s and little 80s, you would have thought they're like, oh yeah, by 2025, there's going to be robots changing tires, right? There's going to be robots doing this, that, the other, and like full size automated human like robots. Yeah. Right. Damn near cyborgs and shit, like really like that. I was astonished when we went to Chicago to ProMat last year, and there was actually a robot walking around carrying a big ass piece of concrete, right? Cool. But it wasn't Rosie from the Jetsons.
No.
You know what I mean? It wasn't that thing, not even close, not even a little bit, right? So the hardware does not manifest the same way. Are there robots working and doing stuff? Yeah, but they're like a Roomba.
Yeah.
It's like the robot arm.
The robot arm.
Picking up stuff in an auto joint.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the hardware side. But the software side, that is the acceleration that, well, us regular people anyway, did not see coming in spades, right? Because there's that principle, I don't know who does it, how it goes. It's like that technology, microchip technology doubles every so often. I forget what that principle is called. But the acceleration of software is so far beyond what is represented in
hardware
in that time. Right. Yeah. So it's just interesting that, like, even in our human psyche back then, we were thinking that it would be more concrete, robot development. We weren't really considering the abstract part of it, which is like the software side of it.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that kind of principle is a thing that guides like these drastic differences between what we thought was coming and what actually ended up happening.
Yeah.
Or we project is going to start to happen.
Yeah. I think though we're going to get there. It's just maybe the timeline is a little off.
That's yeah. So
because
exactly right.
Because you're right, we have all the software from the AI technology to the the voice. Sometimes you're hearing something on AI. It sounds like a real person. You can't tell that that's
damn close.
Yeah. To all the other software stuff that's out there, that like if you could just get the hardware and everything to work together, now you have a working robot. And besides, doesn't Elon Musk he launched a whole AI whole robot, a humanoid robot. Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, but it's just not perfected.
It's not. It seems like that they would have kind of risen together, if you like, right?
Yeah.
But it's like when you really, really, really think about it, the amount of computation or the ability for human beings to computate versus what robots or AI has, it's the AI is accelerating past us in terms of speed, but still the way we think hasn't been like, I guess, overtaken yet.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's kind of cool because it's like, oh, well, thank God, because we're not being replaced yet. Right. The Matrix moment isn't upon us.
Yeah.
As I think a lot of people, like the dude who invented the synthesizer with the singularity, I forget his name. A lot of folks would have thought like, oh yeah, we've already, by 2025,
William Shatner.
Take over. William Shatner. Hey, Bill Shatner.
It just hit me.
There it is. He's like 185 years old right now.
Yeah, I just spit that one out when I thought of it. Yeah, his name is William Shatner.
Yeah.
But also too, I think of when they were predicting things back, like in Back to the Future. I don't think they were literally trying to predict what was going to happen so much as what would be cool
not necessarily
on TV on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to take it to the nth degree. Right. But like when you do look at like the progression of where we're at now versus where we were kids, it's astonishing.
Yeah.
It's maybe not as cool like as like, well, what's that thing flying in the air? They just invented an airplane. Like, because it's like a lot of software stuff. It's AI, it's the phone technology, but it's still astonishing. Like, the amount of time that's cut from my day with all this new technology. Yeah. I can't imagine doing anything, writing marketing plans or proposals without the technology today.
Right.
Like, I don't want to go back.
Right.
If this means that at the end of the day we're all going to be plugged into the Matrix, fine.
Right.
Because like I don't want to go back to the days when I used to literally be working for 48 hours straight just trying to perfect a presentation.
And grammar checking and tone. And
I remember those days because it wasn't that long ago, and it was just a nightmare.
Right.
It was good and the end result was good. But I also took it personally too. If like people didn't read my stuff, like, dude, I just spent like forever researching and doing all this stuff. Now, AI just makes it so much more fast.
Yeah. But as we've said before too, I think that it can be seen as taking away from making dumb the individual, almost to say it's like, oh, you're wearing an exoskeleton, right? And your physical body, and as a result, ends up suffering, right? Well, it's like putting an exoskeleton on your brain, and it's like, okay, yeah, hold on, because if in that analogy you say that the physical body has an exoskeleton, just like the mind has AI's assistance. If the only thing you do when given the exoskeleton is go about your yesterday, right? What'd you do today? I did this, I did that. I went to Kroger, got some milk. Okay. Did you hit the gym? At the gym. Yeah. Okay. What did you bench today? Where's a regular person? Yeah. It's 120 pounds. I don't know, whatever. Right. Oh, so you benched your own 150 pounds, your own body weight? Oh yeah, okay. Well, you had an exoskeleton on.
Yeah.
Why didn't you bench 1,000 pounds? Yeah. Right. In other words, why didn't you push to the very limit?
Yeah.
As you did when it was just your body?
Right.
Why didn't you push to the very limit the capabilities of not only yourself, but now this extension of your physicality?
Yeah.
Right. Why aren't you trying to leap over the building instead of do a box jump?
But it's where you started, right? Like if you were a quadriplegic and you wore this exoskeleton thing and it got you to lift 150 pounds.
Well,
that's amazing.
True. Yeah, that's true.
But now,
starting at that deficit.
But now, if you're like a bodybuilder and you're wearing an exoskeleton, why would I wear it if it's not going to give me even more strength? Right.
So, it's on the user to maximize
it. But when you think about where we've progressed in terms of like helping disabled individuals,
extraordinary.
It's amazing the technology we're coming up with.
Like I want to say simple shit.
Just over the holidays, I know somebody somebody who is a relative of somebody that I know who is like a quadriplegic. Right. And but there was this test done on this machine or whatever down in Florida. Okay. And they're like, yeah, I mean, let's try it out, whatever, They tried it out and he was able to walk. Dude was able to walk. Could you imagine?
Was it like an exoskeleton?
No, it's something that sent pulses or something and helped rejuvenate maybe some of the nerves.
Bro.
He was able to get up and start moving his fingers and walk around. Quadriplegic for years, right?
And
after getting his treatment done,
right,
over time, he was able to actually start to move. Come on. I mean, when I think about that, I'm like, if I were his family, I would have been bawling my eyes out like when I started seeing that.
Out.
Right? So, but here's the thing, so much that they raised enough money because there's only like one or two in the country.
Right.
And it's in study mode right now. That the whole family spent, I don't know, $1 million, whatever it is, to buy one of those things and bring it up here to Ohio. He's like, I need to have it, right? Like,
who wouldn't?
Right? Yeah.
One for everybody.
And they did. They're bringing it up to Ohio and getting their own. Like the technology, holy shit.
That's one of those moments.
Right?
That's one of, and it'd be funny too, if like within the first minute or three, if family's around, we're crying, the doctors, it's a whole thing. It's a movie scene. Yeah. And goddamn, guys, that's amazing. Yeah. But then old boy is like, hey, you guys do me a favor, just leave me alone for 5 minutes. And he brings up the Pornhub. You know what I mean? He's like, I've been waiting on this for years.
For years.
Damn it, man. Yeah. You don't know the wins I need to have right now, bro.
Now I'm sure muscle atrophy wasn't like he was walking around and skipping and not skipping. No. But he was able to like actually
just do anything. Dude, wiggle a toe.
Right.
Wiggle a toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You ever see those reels where like the guy is deaf or whatever, put this like device or wear this thing.
Oh yeah. And they turn it on first time. And
it's all of a sudden he's like, I can hear, I can hear. And then all of a sudden like the wife is like crying and shit. It's like, you can hear. He says, he's like, well, we can turn it down. I'm like, no, this is what you sound like. I can't take it. Take this out of my ear.
I can't take her. That's amazing. So yeah. So,
but
medical advancement, unbelievable.
like I would love to see an actual report on a predictive report on what they thought would come to fruition in 2026.
Right.
Like where it was actually like done by research and stuff, and like, okay, this is where we think we're going to be able to get to, versus looking at the movies, right? Because if you look at the movies,
it's kind of the reference point. I just say that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's weird.
You look at the movies and like, oh yeah, sure. Oh, where's the flying cars and Star Wars? There are cars flying on lanes that are going.
By the way,
vertical.
Wow, did we like when you think of the flying car thing? Is so our parents' generation thought. Right. Because it's like, it just doesn't comport when you really do it. The math doesn't math when you're like, let me get this straight. You mean to tell me if anybody's ever driven and like Cincinnati sucks, like at 75, 71 running into town, or Florida, bro?
Or like Texas,
Broward County, Florida.
Yeah.
You want to give these fucking idiots flying cars? Right. They can't even drive on the road. They're on the ground. Yeah, you mean to tell me you think that they're going to be okie doke and flying 180 feet in the air and crashing everything? No, man.
You think of like
dumbest shit ever.
In Chicago or Houston or some of those big metropolitan cities where like
you're getting carjacked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what on earth could you be thinking? This is the dumbest idea, but it was on par for then. Yeah. Because it was like, wouldn't it be cool? But like the practicality of it.
That's why I would love to see like an actual, like, here's a real report where we're tracking like progress in software and hardware and all this stuff and where we think we will be. Right. There has to be something out there that's
like, like how many misses, how
trying
many
to anticipate this.
Maybe it'd be interesting to see how with greater and greater understanding, like the actual, time distance to certain goals, right? And I think of like singularity moments, but let's just say certain computations, I think maybe those ideas are achievable, right? Where it's basically saying like, okay, you can, I don't even know what the words are to describe it, but like thoughts per second, maybe something like that. Yeah. And then you could say, okay, well, if you do this, I'm making this term up. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but thoughts per second, if that's a thing, then it's like, okay, it's 1988 and our computers can accommodate 100 thoughts per second. Yeah. And then in short order, you find, 1 billion thoughts a second. And then so forth and so on until you reach a point to like, okay, this is like a human mind, right? I think now our guesstimation of that, I would think, is a lot more targeted. We can, within reasonable amount of time, like, oh yeah, we should be there in 400 years. Yeah. But the point is that it's like more reasonable, like, okay, you're going to need multiple generations. Yeah. Right. This is not while I'm alive or even my kids' are alive. Yeah. So anyway, it's interesting to see that. Yeah, I'd agree. That's an interesting idea. I wonder if there's such a report to analyze that. Yeah. The flying cars. So some of the things that didn't hit, right? So flying cars, shitty idea, right? The hoverboard doesn't make sense.
Like they call those hoverboards with 2 wheels and stuff. Like that's not a hoverboard.
Come on.
Have you guys watched Back to the Future? That's a hoverboard.
Right. How did it stay on top of water? It doesn't matter.
What do you, by the way, a little sidetrack here. What do you ever think about like if you're walking down in a mall and you see some guy carrying his purchases and he's just like on one of those 2-wheelie things like, do you think like, oh, that's cool? Or are you like, loser?
No, he's a big fucking loser. It depends. Look, you had better just started to learn how to shave, right? Because if you're like sub 21, you know what I mean? You're figuring it out. Maybe you had like a very kind of isolated, kind of innocent childhood. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mom and dad are real nice, the whole thing, right? So you're just nerdy. You haven't been out there, got some, white trash brought to break your heart. You know what I mean? Like you just haven't been in it, right? No. And so I'm like, okay, young man. Yeah.
No, okay, but is it just a 2-wheelie hoverboard things? What if they came in with a cool, 1 wheel? And he's like, okay, now that's like the image of that is a little cooler, and dressed more like a skater carrying his stuff. Or you ever see some of those reels where those guys are like racing, and I don't even know what kind of, it's a 1-wheeler, but it's like, must be like super fast because they're like cruising down like a street at 50 miles an hour.
That sounds pretty cool. Like if you're doing 60 on a 1-wheel skateboard looking job, and like, you know, you're all sported up. You got the helmet thing, you got the elbow pads. Like you're doing something, right? You got balls of stone. You got no problem with me.
Yeah.
But that guy doesn't go to the fucking mall in his little one-wheeler, his little.
Because I've seen that. I only say it because I've seen that.
Yeah.
Where like some guys like on his little two-wheelie hoverboard thing.
Just trying to. You know what I mean?
And on one hand, I was like, well, that's nice. Like, you don't have to walk. I have to fucking walk down this whole thing. On the other hand, I'm like, loser.
Oh, chicken legs. What's he going to do in 50 years? He's still going to be rocking that stupid little scooter? Like, walk like everybody else. Don't be an asshole. You can't hit on girls like that. You're like, hey, babe, what's up?
Okay, but
stop and talk to the
let me challenge you on this. When you're at the airport, do you walk the whole way, or do you take that moving escalator?
I like the moving escalator thing. The little moving walkway.
Moving walkway.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, right.
And you get
so why is that? Why don't you walk in there and say, losers? Look at you using that. See, it's interesting though. Think about that.
Wait.
What's the difference if a guy is smart enough to just take the two-wheel hoverboard thing, and then you're like, versus, and you say he's a loser, versus me, the same guy walking on a walkway. Why wouldn't you walk past him or walk next to him saying loser?
That's fair. I like the counter. Let's discuss. So if I got on an elevator, right, and there's obviously stairs in every building, right, and so are we having the same prejudices and biases when related to the elevator versus stairs?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because one is more of a public utility, right? It's like, well, I'm not going to hump up the stairs 25 flights because I'm like, I don't know, proving myself as a man or some dumb shit. I'm going to be covered in sweat and I've ruined my suit, and I'm for a job interview, right? Yeah. None of that makes sense. Plus, if I'm on the elevator, right? Yeah. Again, there might be a chance to converse. I'm checking the phone. I'm looking at like a dog video on YouTube, something like this, right? If I'm at the airport and I'm again on this kind of quasi like public utility-esque thing, I'm in a hurry. I got to get over there. There it is. But if you're at the mall, by the way, who goes to the mall? But anyways, if you're going to the mall, right, and you're there just like on that kind of a mission, I don't know. You're kind of a jerk off. You know what I mean? Like you went and you got your little hoverboard and you're like, wow, look at me, everybody. I'm just gonna my way through. Like, who the fuck are you, bro? Why don't you slow down? Why don't you smell the roses?
The first thought that comes to my mind is like, yeah, he gets no ass.
None. I'll tell you what, unless his girlfriend is right beside him with her stupid little helmet on, like, hey, babe, you look pretty cool on that. All righty then. And you got bumper stickers on your little thingy. If you and your old lady, if that's how you get down, roll? God bless you.
Yeah.
Who am I?
You found your match.
Right? But if you're just a single man out there, right, and you're cruising along, I'm like, you need some friends, right? You got to get around somebody. You go to the gym, figure it out.
All right, so I deviated a little bit.
I'm very upset about that. I don't like that guy. If I see that guy, just I remember that scene.
Yeah, like that's the same with me. When I see that guy, like where it makes no sense. Yeah. Like you said, it's not like a public utility thing. I like want to throw a rock at his. That's what I'm saying. Skateboard.
Just the Adam Sandler thing with Frankenstein, the kid Frankenstein, right? And then he throws the thing into the bike spike.
Yes. That's what I want to do. I just want to trip him up.
Shut up, stupid. It's your dumb shit. Give me your elbow pads. You don't want to get fucking sneakers. What do you need sneakers? You're gonna get Air Force Ones because you're on your little hoverboard?
It's funny like how we differ in so many things, but are the things that we are the same?
Dude, peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Some things are right.
Some things are just right.
Some things are just right.
All right.
So
futuristic stuff that actually came true.
What they got right, what they got wrong. So all right, here's a weird one. In the Star Trek and a lot of other, is like the fashion. I'm no fashion type of guy. You know what I mean? I got my own thing and that's it. But more often than not, it's always like synthetic. Yeah. It's always unisex seems to be a thing. Interesting how like, so if you try to erase the individuality out of stuff, right? It tends to be like dystopian or socialist in its nature, right? We're basically like utilitarian society. We've gotten rid of all of that. Yeah. And on one hand, you could look at it like, you know, we've risen above that, right? We no longer care about that. It's all like a meritocracy. We're judging you on the character and what you bring to society, whether or not you're big, small, or indifferent. Okay, so in that sense, it's the utopian idea of like being taken as you are.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Which is fine. But on the other side is the dystopian side of it, where it's like you've been stripped of your humanity, right? And it's stripped of your individuality, which is very offensive to Americans in particular, right? It's like, well, no, this is who I am, right? So whenever you look at like the future, and you see like the silver clothing and the one-piece jumpsuit that's unisex kind of thing and all that as an idea seems outdated because it's like, it seems very evident as per fashion right now whenever I barely dip my toe to see an article or something. It's like, no, man. If you give us the means, like 3D printing and fashion tech being what it is, which frankly, I don't even know. Like I know some of the clothing that I get for say jujitsu has like specific properties about it that allow for, sweat to be dealt with and all this kind of thing. But like, other than that, I don't know anything about the tech that like Versace or somebody else would, right? So, but that stuff's just like everything else, like it's advancing. And so too are the creative ideas. Like they're not out there to just, I don't know, make some unisex look, dumb looking thing. Like no, they want to showcase their talents and creativity. So I think that as an idea, it seems to be disproven. I don't think that's ever going to be the case. Unless it's like, again, it's like a dystopian, either far left or right or utopian, where it's like we've gotten rid of all personal stuff or we've elevated to the point where we no longer need to participate in that. Right? But I don't think that shit's going to ever happen. It seems like you'd be erasing humanity. So either, right? Speaking, so erasing or getting rid of humanity, I think too of the food side. Right? So there's a lot of times you see movies that, again, it's kind of, you can go this dystopian route where it's like they're just serving you gruel, like 1984 or something. But, aside from that, it's like your food is going to be a pill, right? Soylent Green. Right? I
couldn't do it, dude. Is that where things are going?
I don't know. I mean, okay, you can.
I need to enjoy, Hannah and I have recently rediscovered our joy for Spam. We're going back, dude. That's not what we're going back to the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Dude, she made breakfast the other day.
What'd she make?
It was like jalapeno Spam with eggs. I was like, I love my wife. I like every time she cooks me junk food.
If I had that, I'd question the relationship.
No, I literally she can make great food, actual food, like gourmet stuff. But then every once in a while, she's just like, hey, I got your breakfast, and I'm like, is this fried Spam? Like
little hearts popping above your head.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, dude. That she buys bologna and all that stuff. Like, yeah, dude, I found my person. But so we're going back.
Yeah.
So if you tell me, all right, this is the trend, eating these like pills.
Right.
No, can't do it.
No. I mean, I take supplements.
Yep.
And there's like the green powder. And there's all kinds of powders. Right. The mushrooms are real big now.
I don't like that shit. The protein shakes, the protein bars.
Yeah.
Like when I was bodybuilding and working out, I do it because that's a lot of grams of protein you got to eat in order to hit your goals. You can't.
Right.
So it's like, okay, as much as I hate this protein shake and these bars, fuck it, I'm just gonna inhale it.
Try to get swollen. It speaks to like. It sounds to me, we're trying to think of this. Okay, if I put myself in the mind of like my parents as younger folks, and then even perhaps like, kind of my parents' older cousins and uncles, like that general age area, I think of the inconvenience of having to always cook a meal. And that's why TV dinners are so popular. You know what I mean? I kind of see, or the convenience factor of the, all you got to do. And then the fascination with things in the day, like astronauts, Neil Armstrong eats this. Here, little Jimmy, try this. And you're like, oh, wow, this is cool. It's a pouch of food. As a novelty, I get it. But as a way of living, it's like, well, dude, this ruins, that's one of the best parts of life, man. You want to go to a good meal? Why would you want to take that away? That sounds shitty. I don't want to do that.
So it's interesting. It seems like our parents like really got into TV dinners. Did your parents get into TV dinners? Like it was almost like this.
They would get excited.
This is like the futuristic.
Yeah.
Like future is upon us.
Yeah.
You just microwave it, comes out. Like
Salisbury steak.
That's how my dad sold it. It's like, oh, hey, we went to Stouffer's today. Like you did? Yeah. He would sell me on this shit.
Right.
They'd put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was the future back then. Like,
that was it.
The future is here. Now you look at it like, I hope they're not making it.
Don't
TV
make
dinners don't make any money.
I may as well just swallow a fucking credit card. Like there's that much plastic in it.
Yeah, and I say that, but I actually did really like TV dinners. Salisbury steak.
Yeah, Salisbury steak my mom would get.
Mm-hmm.
And what else?
I enjoyed poking holes with a fork.
Right. Yeah.
Put it in there.
It really is gross. I can picture right now as you're talking about it, I can picture my old in Jackson, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Our kitchen was upstairs. And I'd throw one of them in there. Mm-hmm. It'd be a Salisbury steak. And it had like one little pocket here and two pockets over there. And then, poking a hole. And then I remember the plastic would fall apart. Mm-hmm. And then I'd have to take the plastic off and eat. And in hindsight, I'm like, I can't even believe.
Well, that's what's fascinating.
Melted onto it.
Back then, that was like, this is the future.
It's just what it is.
TV dinner.
And I guess meals. It's safe to eat because why would a scientist, put plastic in my body? Right. No big deal.
But now, it's like, it's good that came and kind of gone.
Right.
I mean, it's still around, but
I'm not.
I don't know too many people. I've never met too many people who eat like TV dinners.
No.
Like Hot Pockets or something, or hey, frozen corn dogs, just heat it up give it to the kids.
She's so good, dude. I had a Hot Pocket maker.
Yeah,
it was like a waffle iron.
Yeah,
without the waffle, what you call it, and it was like a kind of like a half circle kind of vibe, and then a split down the middle, and just throw some cheese and some bread in there. Done. It was amazing.
Yeah,
damn, that was good.
We had somebody, a friend of mine, he's younger, look after our house. And often I ask him, hey, what do you want us to stock the fridge up or whatever? And he said, Hot Pockets. I remember thinking like, that's weird. You eat Hot Pockets? But I was so curious. I'm like, it's because it's been such a long time since I've eaten a Hot Pocket.
20 years.
That like after he left and I went to the store and bought some Hot Pockets. Like, I guess gotta try this. Has it changed? Right. No, it's the same.
Same thing.
But like, I don't meet too many people who eat instant food like that. Like aside from like ramen noodles and things that I don't think will ever go away.
What kind of Hot Pocket did you get?
It was like the pizza.
Yeah, pizza.
Pizza Hot Pocket.
You're a pizza guy. I'm a hand. So all right. So what else? Real quick. I want to try to get a couple politics. Politics are always so crazy. Mm-hmm. I think. All right. Here's as a general rule of thumb, and it seems like a theme of removing humanity is in play here in the future. In other words, what I mean by that is to say removing the lesser qualities of humanity. Mm-hmm. In other words, our penchant for kind of fighting, and all this kind of divisive shit, right? The monkey side of us, right? So it seems because we're very optimistic, right? I might even say this is very American, but because we're very optimistic, we would have thought that in the future we've moved beyond that, right? We've elevated ourselves beyond that.
Moved beyond war?
Beyond petty war and all kinds of like negative human traits, as if to say we've evolved kind of spiritually and emotionally and mentally. And now we don't have to fight about these silly things anymore. And we've come to everybody's okay, right? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
there's never going to be a time.
I was going to say, when did that happen? Because
never going to be a time.
That's missed me, yeah.
And like the
never gonna be time.
Never.
That's why I always laugh when people are like, why do we gotta like resort to like barbaric war and all, like, because we're human? What do you think? It's never gonna change.
Gonna be, man.
It's never gonna be there.
Oh yeah. And the way that technology, I guess, and the evolution of the animal of humanity is that we have new platforms on which to attack each other. Right? Yeah. We've got more technology.
Yep.
Not even the end result of disagreement, which is war, but also like leading into. So in other words, political goings on aren't reserved for like the pulpit of politics, the soapbox. moments of politics, or even the TV politics, but also like, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, what is news these days? What's fake? What's real? What's AI generated? It's like these psyop moments, like, and it's the conspiracy theories and the political, just like confusion, but like intentional confusion is only exacerbated, made worse by tech. Yeah. Right. It's just, and it's not going to get any easier, I don't think. Right. So very rarely, I don't think I've ever seen that. Right. It just wasn't something on the menu. And again, we're really having to reference movies because there's no other way that we, nobody talked about that. But that one seems like one you really got wrong, as well as space. Like, Mars colony. You look at that Total Recall. Right. I forget what year that would happen. It was like 2080 or 2180, something like that. But it wasn't all that far away. Yeah. Right. And just if you kind of look at it and do the math on Total Recall, and then you kind of see that means, they would have been there for this many 100 years or whatever, and therefore there'd be a generation or three, and the alien life and it's just like, oh, we're not even close.
Yeah, but like, not close. Think of all the advancements that have been happening with what Elon Musk is doing.
I mean, so it's funny you say that.
He's working on the rocket systems, and everything he's doing. If you think about it, everything that he's doing is all about trying to get onto Mars. From his boring company, because if you're going to be in Mars, you're going to probably have to bore in the ground, to his electronic cars, because if you're going to have to be up there, you don't know if you have fossil fuels, so you're going to have to utilize the sun's energy, right? To the spaceship and the rockets that land, you're going to have to be able to make this efficient and affordable, if that's the right word. I don't know. Right. Versus destroying your rocket ships every single time you launch. Like, everything he's doing is all trying to get us up there.
The interesting note on that is that, as a general rule, if you had asked somebody in the 60s and 70s, even the 80s, things related to space and who's running the show, it would naturally be that the governments of the world are dicking around in space, because nobody else would have the wherewithal, from money to resource. You just can't do that, right? But lo and behold, Elon Musk and others, I mean, he's not the only one, but Elon Musk is now taking space and is going commercial. Commercial, yeah. Right? It's a different kind of thing. So that is another moment where we didn't quite see that. Kind of, sort of, you know what I mean? There's always the bad guy in the sci-fi movie where it's like, Teledyne or what's in Terminator? I forget what that is. But anyway, so there's always that bad guy corporation. I would like to think that Elon, I don't know what the hell, good or bad. But anyway, so it's interesting to see, like, we thought that was going to be governments doing it. But individuals now are like, no, I'll go to space. Why not? So flying cars, that didn't work. Floating cities, that's another one that kind of comes up, right? Just city building, like, no, man, no, there's plenty of cities that are run down. It looks like it's 1970, 1920. Still.
Well, you look at what's it called? The Line or whatever, that in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia.
The Line, yeah.
They're trying to build. I mean, that's going to be pretty futuristic.
If they
maybe not floating city, floating stuff, but
if they can pull it off, I understand. There's a lot of it's a hard thing. It's very ambitious. But even if you just go to if you go to Dubai and you go to Abu Dhabi and all these other kind of places, I forget which one's which, but there's one that's on the border of on the edge of the water, and they've got all these really pretty designed, right? But I've said it before. I hear, though, when you show up there, it's super dope inside the buildings, right? But if you get out, because it's a fucking desert, if you get outside, I mean, you've been to Florida, right? You know what it's like to be in the edge of a swamp, right? And it smells like, rough, right? Rotten eggs, if there's a lot of sulfur, bro, it smells awful there.
Really? Are you talking about the at that right on the ocean side there?
It's not just the ocean side.
Or are you talking about?
It's because there's nowhere for sewage to go.
Oh,
right. There's no sewage system as you would think of it, right? Because they're on the edge of a man-made thing, right? It looks like a damn flower, right? So there's no way to do it. So what do? Dude, there's fucking truckloads. Truckload. All you got to do, like YouTube, right? There's daily truckloads of just shit truck, one after the next, dozens of them, every single. Because what are you gonna do? Yeah. And so I hear that for all the opulence and all the tech and the whole thing, and every Ferrari and Lambo that's running around, still shit trucks, bro. Yeah. Like you can't get away from the humanity. Yeah. Right. Like you're not gonna, still got a shit, bro. Yeah. Still got shit, bro. All right. So for all the optimism, I don't think the future's gonna be all that, man.
I hope so. Look, all I care about is either they invent a teleportation device, or they invent a self-driving car to the point where I could just sit in there, type in my address, hit go, and it literally goes on its own, and I can fall asleep.
We're almost there. Yeah, we have a lot of trust in the Tesla, but almost.
If I could get to that point, I'm happy. I could die happy, man. Yeah. I got to see a self-driving car where I can just fall asleep, and it rings me. It sets an alarm when I need to wake up.
Just wake up. Yeah. No, I'll take that.
Because I hate driving.
Yeah. I don't mind.
I hate driving.
I feel like a man. I got my F-150.
But I love riding a motorcycle. Now that's a man.
Through the fields of Ohio. The wheat grass just blowing in the wind. Bob Seger's in the radio. Windows are like a rock.
Now, I will drive, and I'm happy to drive, like my family on long trips.
Like a rock.
But no, the moment somebody designs that, I don't care how much it is. Like I'm on it.
Oh man, I don't see. That's where we end.
Now motorcycles, that's a different story. Now that's a man, Chris.
Danger, bro.
That's why it is. That's why it is what it is. It's a man right there.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. All right.
These days.
Well, I think we've covered the ground of the future. And with that, we'll get out of here. From the iconic era of advertising to the digital age, I'm Chris.
And I'm Ernie.
Keep it legendary.